Hi, it's Candy Girl here, and you can check me out at Amped Up Wrestling, where it's all sweet, no sour, and I'm guaranteed to bring that sugar power.
What's good, everybody? Once again, it's your boy, the Urban Juggernaut, and we are live once again from another episode of the Backhouse podcast. For those who don't know, the Amped Up Wrestling is back, and not only along with the wrestling, we're going to give you live interviews of wrestlers, people in the community that are just doing positive. Anybody that comes on with a story to tell. You know, we all come from different walks of life. We all been through the ups and downs, and I feel like everybody is here for a purpose. So we're just here to, give people shine their contributions, what they're doing, their hard work, and let's keep this thing rolling. Without further ado, we have a very special guest today. Good wrestling sister of mine. She's been doing it for quite a long time. And we're just gonna get right into it because she is short, sweet, and fierce. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Candy Girl.
Hello.
Welcome to the Backhouse. How you like it so far?
I like it. I'm small, so everything looks big to me. So
That's what's up. That's what's up. So we're just gonna get a little, just a little info on where'd you get started and things, and what was your passion to get into wrestling?
I started with Frank Hendrick School of Pro Wrestling. It was a few years back. It started from watching my father watch wrestling, so I know that I've been watching since I was little. I just have like a first memory that I remember, a couple that stick out, but I know that he had me on the couch and sofa right next to him watching, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Hyper. So those are kind of the memories that I had that made me fall in love with it. And with everything going on in my surroundings, it was nice to feel that your hope and your faith paid off in wrestling. You really got behind someone, and when they won, you felt like you won. And I really carry that to heart for the not so sweet times in my life. And that's something that I hold on to and try to not forget as I get older.
Good. And we love to show what we rep. Tell us a little about your heritage.
My parents are both from Guatemala, so super, super sweet place if you haven't been. And I am lucky to have them both always make me feel like I have that culture part of me every day. Because sometimes when you're not from there, you can forget things, but they always make sure to instill that in me. So I feel like I'm also a little Guatemalan baby as well.
Cool. All right. So you talked about Brian Kendrick. So how did you wander to that? Because you were originally EWF, right?
No, I actually started with Brian Kendrick School of Pro Wrestling. I didn't have any sort of game plan. I just showed up and was just like, I wanted just to see how I would fare. There isn't many females, and at the time that I started, I think there was one, but after like a week or two, it dropped off. So I was the only one. He had a boot camp. So it was a few hours a day, multiple times during the week. And I didn't really think I was going to debut or wrestle. I just knew that I wanted just to learn about it. I was a real sort of just, I don't say oblivious, but I wasn't really researched in what the career path to be a pro wrestler was. I just found out there was a school, and I didn't know there was schools in LA. Mm-hmm. When you think of LA, I thought it was like Hollywood movies. I didn't think pro wrestling. So I was surprised that there was sort of one in the area. And I just went, and I didn't die the first day, even though I felt like my brains were scrambled eggs, and I really thought that the first day after the bump, I don't know if you remember, but I couldn't move left or right, and I was like, what did I do? What did I sign up for? But then you just kind of build a callus, and you kept showing up, and I kept showing up, and I trained for a year before I debuted.
Likewise.
Yeah, so I debuted at EWF Jesse Hernandez, and also was a welcoming environment, and also started to train there as well, especially as Brian Kendrick got back on the road with 205 and cruiserweight. His schedule changed a little bit, so I'm lucky to have both skills to kind of supplement my training.
Cool. How many years have you been wrestling?
I've been 5 years now. The pandemic has made me lose my sense of time. I don't know if it was yesterday or last month or last year, but 5 years. I want to say 5 years, a little over 5 years.
Got you. Mm-hmm. Got you. All right. And what is one of your favorite experiences in wrestling so far?
My favorite, I'll share two. I'll share my favorite experience that made me that I know that I have to remember, because wrestling is a business like any other business, and sometimes things aren't always what they seem to be, and you could get discouraged, you can get, you hard on yourself, down on yourself, and I think people think they get lost in the smile and the sugar power that means that nothing bad ever happens to me, or I don't believe in negativity. No, I know that it exists. I just think that there's power in being positive, and it's much easier to be negative with everything going on, and people tend to fall into that trap and stay there. But I choose to recognize my purpose and choose to be positive and know that the good days are going to be the bad days. So so a memory that I have that makes me fall in love with wrestling continuously, even now as things get hard and you're getting dropped on your head and stuff. I was at 6 or 7, and my dad. No shade to my mom. I don't know what she was doing, but she was supposed to be watching me. But found my dad's toolbox. You know those big Panasonic TVs back in the day, like really heavy ones. I got a hammer and I broke the back of it because I said I want to be a pro wrestler. I want to be in TV. Again, I mentioned my I mentioned my dad's Guatemalan, right? So it wasn't. I wasn't a good.
So you thought you was gonna get?
I thought that I wanted to project on the TV. Granted, it wasn't the best thing to do. Yeah. But I remember that because it really is a testament of how pure my love is for wrestling. I try to hold on to that now. Yeah.
Oh man. Nobody let you live to this day.
That's probably why I'm doing okay. If I can survive that, then any other opponent is, piece of cake.
So, favorite, I know it's probably one, but your favorite in-ring moment?
My favorite in-ring moment, I think because it was so sudden. I was backstage at a EWF show, and it was supposed to be Ruby Reyes versus, Awesome Kong.
Yeah.
Former WWE superstar. She trained with Jesse Hernandez and happened to always come prepared with your luggage and your gear, and happened to be at the right place, right time, and training paid off. I got thrown into a match, got to tag with Awesome Kong. So I thought that was, wow. Yeah. And I was only at the time, I think 5-6 months in. So it was a big moment. It was a big.
I remember that show when she came there. I didn't know you was a part of that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was a big moment. Well, she's come back a couple times though, so maybe. Yeah. Maybe we missed each other. But that's a big moment. So it was also the first time I really got to hear experience from a female that had been in the industry, been in all the big names, and have advice from her. It's just different for females, and when you can hear it from another female, because our experience is unique as well.
Come on. Your plans for the future. Where do you want to see yourself going as far as pro wrestling?
Honestly, I keep my goals simple, and doesn't matter what platform. If I can make people either smile with me or at me, just to get that smile on their face. I know it sounds so cheesy, but sometimes we try to run before we can walk. So I try to just keep that as my goal. Every show, every fan, every experience that I carry, and what it leads me to, I'll be ready for it. But I don't want to set myself up for anything. I'm going to work towards it, but I don't want to cloud myself too much. Sometimes we're too focused on the end goal that we don't get to enjoy the journey. Mm-hmm. And tomorrow's not promised, so I want to make sure I eat my candy, I eat my sweets, I enjoy my time, and I enjoy today.
All right.
I know it sounds so cheesy, but when you've been through some stuff, it's like the simplest joys that make you so happy. So I'm so grateful to have that.
Nice. Mm-hmm. And you can be biased. I won't look. How do you feel about your experiences amped up in Comptomania?
I could be biased. Well, I grew up in different parts of LA, so it hits a spot differently when you get to perform in something that really helped define you. So every promotion has some different fans, different things, but that's what I like particularly about that. And the locker room experience is just always so good. Yes. I'm not doing that because you're here. I'm not scared of him, by the way. I'm sure I could beat him in an arm wrestling match. But I really do appreciate that. The fans are just different. I feel like they're just experiencing it for the first time. So if you can make someone not just enjoy the show, but become a a longtime fan, it's like everybody wins, not just me.
Oh, thank you. All right, so let's wrap it up. Tell everybody about where to find you, where any info that you want to put out. Mm-hmm. This is your time to tell the camera. Holla.
Twitter and Instagram, it's _the_candy girl.
Oh, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I have this Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm so used to social media.
Uh-huh.
I have this Saturday, June 26th, Compton Mania. I do have a rematch with Auntie Heidi. Mm-hmm. Means a lot to get my second serving with her, because first time that we met, she did have some tricks up her sleeve, but I got the treats nice and ready to give her what she has coming to her. So, and then Sunday I'll be in Long Beach for United Wrestling Council.
All right, y'all. There you have it. So, would you like to come back one day, be a guest?
Yes.
All right, you know where the spot is. Once again, this is your host, the Urban Juggernaut, Sean Black. Make sure to like and click subscribe. See Venmo, all the support. Jason lets it scroll by. Keep the show going, you know what I'm saying? Keep the studio open, keeps the show going with all your support. Stay tuned. This has been another episode of the Backhouse Podcast. Peace.